Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome back to Chandan Logics English YouTube channel. Today I am here to discuss about the general science related MCQs. Okay, first of all, very good morning to all. Before starting the session, please all of you click the like button so that we can start the session. RRB ALP 2025 related CBT1 and CBT2 complete course is available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. RRB Group D 2025 special batch course is available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested, please call to the number. And in this course, exam oriented strategies will be there, topic wise mock exams will be available, as well as full length mock exams will be also available, and you can get the access as unlimited access 24/7. RRB NTPC 2025 special batch course is available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen, and complete course is available CBT1 as well as CBT2, and the classes will be available in both English as well as Telugu languages. SSC exam related special batch course is available on Chandan Logics YouTube channel, Chandan Logics app. In this, all SSC related exams will be covered. 6 months course, complete course like best and smart approaches will be there, full length mock exams will be there, as well as unlimited time access will be also there. Zero to hero course. Who thinks that maths is difficult to crack in exams? This course is very useful for them. Please go to the demo classes of SAR classes so that you will understand whether to purchase this course or not. Let's start the session. Today I am going to discuss general science related MCQs, which is most important for the upcoming examples who are going to prepare for RRB Group D, RRB NTPC. This session is very useful for those aspirants. Okay? Yes, very good evening all of you. Before starting the session, once all of you click the like button so that we can continue the session. I will display the question, then you must answer the question in the comment section. You mention the answer, then I will go through the explanation. Okay? Yes, all of you very good evening. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. So, after maximum strength arrives, we can start the class. Yes. Can you hear my voice? Hi Prithvi, very good evening. Please inform to your friends that class has started in this Chandan Logics English YouTube channel, and share it to your friends and relatives who are interested to hear these types of classes in English language. Okay, let's start the session. First of all, I will display the questions. Then if you know the answer, mention in the comment section or wait for a few minutes. I will explain the question. Whether you know or not, you must mention the answer in the comment section. Okay? Yes. On the basis of which phenomenon does a jet engine work? Conservation of acceleration, conservation of circular momentum, conservation of velocity, conservation of linear momentum. The question is that they are asking that jet engine works on which principle. Okay? If you know the answer, mention in the comment section or wait for 2 minutes. I will explain the question. Okay? If you know the answer, mention in the comment section. Jet engine works on which phenomenon? Come on. Jet engine works on which phenomenon? I will go through the options first. Conservation of acceleration. What is conservation of acceleration? If you found that if an object is falling from a certain height, what we can observe, at first it will move very slowly, and after reaching to certain height it will fall in a rapid movement. So, that is conservation of acceleration. When it comes to conservation of circular movement, the sun, okay, the planets revolve around the sun. This is the perfect example for this conservation of circular momentum. Then what is conservation of velocity? Conservation of velocity, what do you mean by velocity actually? The speed, okay, rate of change of speed in a particular direction. If an object moves in a particular direction with some speed, if an object moves with a speed in a particular direction, we say it as what? Velocity. Then what? The question is that on the basis of which phenomenon does a jet engine works? And the answer for this question is conservation of linear momentum. I will explain why. Okay, what is jet engine? Jet engine is a closed engine. Okay, for suppose assume it as jet engine. Okay, what happens in the jet engines? How it works means due to the combustion process. Okay, in jet engine combustion process occurs. What is the combustion process? Combustion process is nothing but burning of fuel. Okay, when burning of fuel takes place, what happens? The hot gases will be evolved from that combustion. So these hot gases will be of high velocity. Okay, these hot gases will be of high velocity. What result is that with the help of these hot gases, the smoke, okay, with the help of these hot gases with a high pressure, the smoke enters into the backward direction. Okay, the smoke enters, will try to escape in the backward direction, and due to the due to law of conservation of linear momentum. What this law of conservation of linear momentum says? In a closed system, the total momentum will be zero, will be constant. That is the conservation of linear momentum. So the jet engine, assume the jet engine as a closed system. What is happening here? Due to the combustion of fuel, hot gases are evolved, and that hot gases will try to escape from the backward direction. So what happened? As I told, conservation of linear momentum means what? In a closed system, the total momentum will be constant. So the momentum is happening in the backward direction. So what happens? In the backward direction, when the gases try to escape in the backward direction, a thrust will be developed in the forward direction. Okay, and the thrust will be developed in the forward direction, so that the jet engine will work. This is the principle of what? Jet engine. So jet engine works on which principle? Conservation of linear momentum, and it follows which law? It follows Newton's third law, and this jet engine follows which law? Newton's law. So what is happening here? When the hot gases are trying to escape in the backward direction, what is happening? A thrust is developed in the forward direction, and the jet is moving in the forward direction. So for a reaction, there is an action in the opposite direction. So what we can say? Newton's third law. What we can say by Newton's third law? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and this jet engine works both on Newton's third law as well as conservation of linear momentum. What is this conservation of linear momentum? In a closed system, the total momentum, what is momentum actually? The product of mass and velocity. The product of mass and velocity, we say it as was momentum. In a closed system, the momentum will be, the total momentum will be constant. That means in the backward direction, the same force will be also in the forward direction. For that purpose, jet engine works on the principle of this conservation of linear momentum. Clear? Yes. Good evening all of you. Next, let's go to the next question. What it is saying? A jet engine works based on Newton's third law. What is Newton's third law? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What is happening? We are giving some combustion to the jet engine. So with the combustion, what happens? Hot gases will be evolved, and that hot gases will try to escape in the backward direction. So with the force is exerted here. So as the force is exerted in the backward direction, a thrust will be developed in the forward direction. So for an action, there is a reaction in the forward direction. So in this case, we can say that it works on the Newton's third law of motion. Next, engine accelerates exhaust gases backward, and in response, the aircraft is pushed forward. Next, this is the result of what? Conservation of linear momentum, where the total moment of the system remains constant. As I told before, what happens? Fuel combustion creates hot gases. Okay, in jet engine, what happens? Fuel combustion creates hot gases, and that hot gases will try to escape in the backward direction. As a result, a thrust will be developed in the forward direction, and the jet will be moved. Okay, yes, very good. Next, consider the following statements regarding postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Atoms are divisible particles. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Which among the following statement are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 and 2. Yes, Macha, we have 3 channels. One is Chandan Logic's main channel, Chandan Logic's Telugu YouTube channel, and Chandan Logic's English YouTube channel. Okay. Every day, daily current affairs sessions will be conducted in Chandan Logic's Telugu YouTube channel, and in the evening sessions, I will be on main channel or I will be on Telugu English channel. Okay. Don't get confused. Try to get the answer for this question. Consider the following statements regarding postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. If you know what is Dalton's atomic theory, you can easily answer to this question. They were given 2 options. What is that? two statements they are given. What are those? Atoms are divisible particles. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Okay, whether the two statements are right or one is right or two is right, please mention in the comment section. No, no Sai Priya, 2 is not, yes, very good, okay. Only 2 is the right answer. What is Dalton atomic theory actually says? It says that atoms are indivisible, okay. It says that atoms are indivisible. Atoms of different types of elements have different masses and properties. Listen property. What does the Dalton's atomic theory said? It says that atoms are indivisible. They cannot be divided. Combination of two atoms form a compound, okay. Listen properly. Atoms cannot be divided and the combination of two atoms can form a compound. And the second one is that what? Different elements, okay, different elements have different mass and properties, okay, different elements have different mass and properties. Same elements have what? Atoms of same elements have what? Same mass and properties, okay. These are some of the postulates of this Dalton's atomic theory, okay. So, beyond that, look at the statements one, what it is saying, atoms are divisible particles. As I told that what? Atoms are indivisible particles. We cannot divide the atoms, but we can combine both the atoms, okay. Combination of two atoms can become a compound. So, option 1 is, statement 1 is wrong. So, what the statement 2 is saying? The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Yes, the atoms cannot divide, cannot destroy and cannot be created. These are atoms cannot be created, cannot be destroyed or cannot be divided. So, what it is saying? The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Yes, in a given compound the number of atoms will be same. They cannot be created or they cannot be destroyed or they cannot be what? Divided. So, option 2 is correct. So, what is the answer for this? Only 2, okay. Yes. What is making you to confuse Kashmora? Okay, what they are saying this, I will explain in the explanation part, okay, don't worry. Dalton's atomic theory explains the law of conservation of mass. What is this law of conservation of mass? Mass is neither created nor destroyed, okay. As per this law, this Dalton's atomic postulates have came into existence, okay. All matter is made up of tiny indivisible atoms, okay. What are these postulates of Dalton's atomic theory? All matter is made up of tiny invisible atoms. We can around us we have matter. That matter consists of what? Atoms, okay. That atoms are indivisible, they cannot be divided, but if they combine them we can get a compound. Next, atoms of the same element are identical in mass and properties. Atoms of the same element have same mass and properties. Atoms of different elements have different mass and properties, okay. These are some of the postulates of this Dalton's atomic theory, okay. Yes. Till now, if you didn't like the click button, if you didn't click the like button, all of you once click the like button and share it to your friends. Magnitude of displacement in 1 second is called acceleration, momentum, speed, force, okay. Read the question clearly and try to give the answer in the comment section. What the question is? Magnitude of displacement in 1 second is called. If you know what is scalar quantity and what is vector quantity, you can easily answer to this question. What is scalar quantity? The scalar quantity consists only magnitude, okay, and as with vector quantity consists of both magnitude as well as direction. So, in the given option, okay, if you consider the given options, if you know what is vector quantity and what is scalar quantity, you can easily answer to this question, okay. Everyone has to give me the answers. Magnitude of displacement in 1 second is called. What it is saying? A certain object is traveling certain distance in 1 second. So, what it is called? An object is traveling to a certain distance in 1 second. What we call it as? Come on, answer to this. No one should sit idle. Everyone has to answer. Yes, I am not getting your messages. Magnitude of displacement in 1 second. An object is traveling a certain distance in 1 second. What we call it as? Yes, very good, Saipia. We say it as what? Speed. Remember, what is the difference between speed, velocity and acceleration? Look, okay, speed means the object is traveling in a certain speed. It is traveling to a certain distance irrespective of direction. Okay, irrespective of direction, if an object travels to a certain distance, we say it as what? Speed. What is velocity? If an object traveling in a certain distance, in a distance respective of direction, if we consider direction, we say it as velocity. Irrespective of direction, we say it as speed. So, speed is a scalar quantity. It has only magnitude but no direction. So, we say it as what? Scalar quantity. When comes to velocity, it is a vector quantity. Why? Because what is velocity? The rate of change of speed in a certain direction. If we consider the direction, we say it as what? Velocity. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity is termed as what? Acceleration. This acceleration is also vector quantity. It has both magnitude as well as direction. Then what is force? Force is irrespective of this topic. Force is nothing but a pull or push of a body, we say it as force. So, what is the correct answer for this question? Speed. Okay, what it is saying? Magnitude of displacement in 1 second. An object is displacing in 1 second. So, we say it as what? Speed. If they give any direction, we can say it as what? Velocity. Clear? Good evening, Lakshmi. Yes, let us move to the next question. What it is saying? Speed. Speed is given by the distance covered by an object per unit time. Okay, speed, it has no direction. Just remember, speed, it has no direction, and velocity, it has this particular direction. When it comes to acceleration, it has both magnitude as well as acceleration. What is the unit of speed? The SI unit of speed is meters per second. Okay, next. Atomic mass of carbon is 12 and that of helium is 4. State which of the following statements is true for 1 mole of each of the elements. 1 mole of carbon will contain 3 times more atoms than 1 mole of helium. Helium will contain 3 times more atoms than 1 mole of carbon. 1 mole of carbon will contain 1/3 of the number of atoms present in 1 mole of helium. 1 mole of carbon will contain the same number of atoms as present in 1 mole of helium. So, as I have discussed earlier, you observe what is Dalton's atomic theory. If you keenly observe that, you can answer to this question. Okay? Try to get the answer for this question. It is given that the carbon atomic mass is 12. Okay, what is the atomic number of carbon? 6 and its atomic mass is 12, and is given that helium is 4. Atomic mass of helium is 4. So, that atomic number is 2. State which of the following is true for 1 mole of each of the elements. In the given option, for 1 mole of each of the elements, which statement is true, they are asking. Try to get the answer. Okay? Yes, very good. Sai Priya Annepu, very good. Okay? What? 1 mole of carbon will contain the same number of atoms as present in 1 mole of helium. Why? Because, okay, that these two are different elements. Okay? They differ in their what? Atomic mass, but their atoms will remain constant. Okay? These atoms does not affect. Why? Because carbon is one element and helium is another element. These two are different elements. Their atomic masses may change, but their atoms will not be affected. So, option 4 is the correct answer for this question as per the Dalton's and Avogadro's law. Okay? By considering these two laws, we can say that 1 mole of carbon will contain the same number of atoms as present in 1 mole of helium. Even though their atomic masses are differs, that does not affect the atoms of the different elements. Clear? 1 mole of carbon will contain the same number of atoms as present in 1 mole of helium. A mole of any substance, whether it's carbon, helium or any other element, always contain the same number of atoms. Okay? They always contains the same number of atoms as I have discussed before. Atoms cannot be divided atoms cannot be destroyed nor created. As per this law, we can say that 1 mole of carbon will contain the same number of 1 mole of helium. Okay, even though their atomic masses differs, their atoms will not be affected. Okay, by this we can say that option 4 is right for this question. Yes, Masoom Khan, this is totally English channel. If you need Telugu related classes, you can visit Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel. Okay, this is completely English channel. We have 3 channels, English, Telugu as well as main channel. Let's move to the next question. In which of the following cell organelles does DNA replication takes place in eukaryotic cells? Ribosome, lysosome, cytoplasm, nucleus. Okay, they are asking that DNA replication. That DNA replication means what? Copy of DNA. Okay, copy of DNA replica will be available in eukaryotic cell in which place? Generally, we have 2 types of cells. What are those? Prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cell example is what? Plants. They do not contain nucleus. When comes to eukaryotic cell, what we say as eukaryotic cell? They have nucleus. For example, human beings, animals comes under this eukaryotic cell. What they are asking is that DNA replication in eukaryotic cell appears in which place? Okay, come on, try to give answer. Everyone has to give me the answer. All of you mention the answer in the comment section. Okay, in which of the following cell organelles does DNA replication takes place in eukaryotic cells? As I have discussed earlier, prokaryotic cells does not contain nucleus, whereas eukaryotic cell contains nucleus. So, if you truly understand what I said, you can answer to this question. No. No, Sai Priya. I have discussed it already. I have even given clue to answer this question. Okay, and the correct answer is nucleus. Okay, what in prokaryotic cells nucleus is absent, whereas in eukaryotic cells nucleus is present. What it is saying? DNA replication. What do you mean by DNA replication? The copy profile of DNA. Okay, copy of DNA profile, we say it as what? DNA replication. Okay. Now, where it can appear in eukaryotic cell? It appears in nucleus. In prokaryotic cell, it appears in where? Cytoplasm. Clear? The DNA replication in eukaryotic cell will be appeared in nucleus. When comes to prokaryotic cell, the DNA replication will be seen in cytoplasm. What are these ribosomes, lysosomes, cytoplasm, nucleus? These are all what? Cell organelles. Okay, what is cell actually? Cell is a small unit of our body. It was discovered by whom? Leeuwenhoek. Okay, this cell is a small part of our body. It was discovered by Leeuwenhoek. This cell has many organelles like lysosomes, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex. So, what is this ribosome? Ribosome is the site where protein is synthesized. Okay, it is a site where protein is synthesized. Cell. And lysosomes, what these lysosomes do? These lysosomes will protect the cell. How it will protect? It will break down the micromolecules into simpler parts. Okay, it helps as a digestive enzymes. These lysosomes are known as what? Suicidal bags. When comes to cytoplasm, this cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance which surrounds the cell membrane. Many organelles will comes into this cytoplasm. And nucleus. Okay, the eukaryotic cells DNA replication is found where? In nucleus. When comes to prokaryotic cells, the DNA replication is found in cytoplasm. Remember, DNA replication is the process another copy of DNA molecules is made within the cell. Nothing but replication means copy of the same DNA. Next, this process is vital for cell division process. In eukaryotic cell, the DNA is present inside the nucleus, as I said earlier. Okay, what in eukaryotic cell, the DNA replication is found in nucleus, and in prokaryotic cell, the DNA replication is found in where? Cytoplasm. Okay, in cytoplasm. Clear? Next. SSC exam related special batch course is available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested to purchase this course, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen, and the classes will be in English as well as Telugu languages. The acceleration of an object is said to be dash when an object travels in a straight line and its velocity increases or decreases by an equal amount in equal intervals of time. It is saying that the object is traveling with an acceleration, okay, the object is traveling with an acceleration such that at sometimes the velocity will be increased and at the sometimes the velocity will be decreased in equal intervals of time, in equal amounts in equal intervals of time. So, we considered what motion is that, okay, it is said that an object, it is an object, it is moving with in a certain direction, it is moving in a certain direction, and is said that it is moving with sometimes the velocity is increases and sometimes the velocity is decreasing, and the time period between the increase and decrease is equal, and the distance also equal, amount also equal. So, what kind of motion is it? What kind of acceleration it is going through? Come on, try to get the answer. No. Yes, I am explaining, Pranay. Okay, try to give the answer for this question. The acceleration of the object, it is said to be dash. What it is doing? At some time it is its velocity is increasing and at some time its velocity is decreasing, and this is happening with equal amounts and in equal intervals of time. So, what kind of acceleration it is said to be? Come on, try to get the answer. Yes. 24 people have to give me the answer. Mention the answer in the comment section. No. Yes, Pradeep, you are right. Okay. It is undergoing uniform acceleration. Why? Because it is what changing its velocity in equal amounts of time in equal time period. So, we say it as what? So, we say it as what? Wait a minute. So, we say it as what? It is undergoing uniform acceleration. So, in the same case, if it goes in unequal amount of time in unequal intervals of time, we say it as what? Non-uniform acceleration. And if the speed increases, in a positive direction, we say it as positive displacement, and if the speed decreases in a negative direction, we say it as what? Negative acceleration. This is all regarding this question. Okay? What it is saying? The object, a certain object is traveling such that its velocity is sometimes increasing and its velocity is sometimes decreasing, and this is happening in the equal amount and equal intervals of time. So, what kind of acceleration it is? It is uniform acceleration. If we say that in unequal amount of time, if it is traveling in unequal amounts in unequal time intervals, we say it as what? Non-uniform. And if the speed is increasing and in a positive direction, if the speed is increasing in a positive direction, we say it as what? Positive displacement. And if the speed is decreasing in a negative direction, we say it as what? Negative displacement. Clear? So, the answer for this question is what? Uniform. Priyanka, as I said you, this is completely English channel and the class will be in English only. If you need Telugu related classes, you can visit Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel or Chandan Logics main channel. Clear? The acceleration of an object is said to be uniform when an object travels in a straight line and its velocity increases or decreases by equal amounts in equal intervals of time. Equal amounts in equal intervals of time, uniform. Next, unequal amounts. Unequal amounts means what? Non-uniform. And positive acceleration means what? The speed increases in a positive direction, we say it as what? Positive displacement. If the speed decreases in a negative direction, we say it as what? Negative acceleration. Clear? Let's move to the next question. An atom of an element has 10 electrons, 10 protons and 12 neutrons. What is the atomic mass of that element? 32, 22, 44, 20. Okay. What is atomic mass actually? The number of protons and the number of neutrons. Okay. Sum of number of protons and number of neutrons will give us the atomic mass. So, I have already given a clue. So, try to get the answer for this question. Come on. Yes. What it is giving? They are asking you to find atomic mass of that element. An element has 10 electrons, 10 protons and 12 neutrons. They are asking you to find atomic mass. What is atomic mass actually? It is the number of protons and number of neutrons. It is the sum of number of protons and number of neutrons. So, get the answer. Everyone has to get the answer. Give me the answer. Yes, very good. Okay. What it is saying? Atomic mass is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. How many number of protons we have? 10. And how many number of neutrons we have? 12. So, how much? 22. So, the answer is 22. Clear? Yes. The total number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus is called the atomic number. So, atomic number mass is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. 10 plus 12 is equal to 22. Clear all of you? Yes. No force acts on a current carrying conductor when it is passed far away from the magnetic field, perpendicular to the magnetic field, parallel to the magnetic field, inside a magnetic field. Come on. If you know the answer, mention in the comment section or wait for a while, I will explain. Come on, try to get the answer for this question. No force acts on a current carrying conductor when it is placed. Okay? Yes, I will explain you, then you can answer. Okay? As per the Lorentz force law, what this Lorentz force law says? It says that the force is always proportional to, length of the current, length of the conductor, electric current and magnetic field strength. Okay? It always says that F is equal to, force is equal to electric current into length of the conductor into magnetic field strength into sin theta. Okay? What it is saying? Sin theta. When the electric circuit is parallel, we can say that theta is 0, and if it is perpendicular, we say that theta is equal to 90. So, after explaining this, you must answer to this question. So, if I take sin theta is equal to 0, what I will get? Sin 0 is equal to 0. So, F is equal to 0. And if I take sin theta is equal to 90, what I will get? F is equal to ILB. This is the maximum force. So, by seeing this, you can say the answer. What it is asking? No force acts on a current carrying conductor when it is placed parallel or perpendicular, where F is 0, if it is placed in parallel place or in perpendicular place. Yes, very good, Umar. Okay? If sin theta is equal to 0, we can say that sin theta is 0 when the circuit is parallel. Sin theta is 90 when it is perpendicular. So, no force. I have shown the proof also. F is equal to 0 if sin theta is equal to 0. So, no force acts in which place? In parallel to the magnetic field. Okay, as per the Lorentz force law. What this Lorentz force law will explain? I will show you. No force acts on a current carrying conductor when it is placed parallel to the magnetic field. Okay, when the what is conductor actually? Conductor is the in which the electricity passes. Okay, the elements in which electricity passes, we say them as conductors. What are insulators? In which electricity does not pass, we say it as insulators. What it is saying? Current carrying conductor when it is placed parallel. So, this is current carrying conductor. If I place parallel, what happens? No force between them. If I place perpendicular, what happens? Maximum force will be obtained. So, as per the Lorentz force law, we have even proved this. Okay, what this Lorentz force law said? The force experienced by a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field is described by this Lorentz force law. Okay, this force will be described by which law? Lorentz force law. What it is saying? The force is proportional to the product of current, length of the conductor and magnetic field strength, as I told before. What is this? F is equal to I into L into B sin theta. If it is parallel, theta becomes 0. So, if theta becomes 0, force becomes 0. So, 0 force, when we obtain 0 force? When the conductor is parallel to the magnetic field. If theta is equal to 0, the force is 0. If theta is equal to 90, we will get the maximum force. Okay? Next. Which one of the following groups is called amphibians of plant kingdoms? Bryophytes, thallophytes, pteropodites, gymnosperms. As we have in animals, okay, what are amphibians? Which stay both on land as well as in water. We say it as what? Amphibians. Example, frog. Okay, frogs stay in land, on land as well as in water. Similarly, in plant kingdom also we have what? Amphibian plant. What is that amphibian plant? In the given 4 options, what is the amphibian of the plant kingdom? Come on, try to get the answer. Which one of the following groups is called amphibians of the plant kingdom? As we have amphibians in the animal kingdom, example frog, it stays both on land as well as in water. Similarly, in plant kingdom also we have amphibian plants. Okay, what are those? I am not getting comments. Yes, everyone has to respond. Very good. No. No abacus with Praveen. No, you are wrong. Try to give me the correct answer. Okay. As in plant kingdom, amphibians are there. Likewise, amphibians also present in plant kingdom. What are those? Okay, I will say listen, then you can answer. Okay. Amphibians in plant kingdom are called as what? Bryophytes. Okay. Example, liverworts. Okay. What they do? They will survive on land. For sexual production, for sexual reproduction, they enters into the water and they will release what? Sperm, and that sperm will fertilize with egg. Okay. What are the biophytes? They live both on land as well as in what? As well as where? In water. For sexual reproduction, they will enter into the water. They will release their male organs, male gametes. Like example, I will say bryophytes including mosses and liverworts are non-vascular plants. What are these non-vascular plants and vascular plants? Vascular plants have xylem and phloem. What are the functions of the xylem and phloem? The xylem and phloem are useful for the transportation of water, sugar and proteins. Likewise, non-vasculars are do not have this type of xylem and phloem. Okay. So, these bryophytes are what? They do not have xylem and phloem. That means transportation of water, sugar and proteins are not happening in this type of bryophytes. So, amphibians of the plant kingdom, because they need water for sexual reproduction. Okay, why they enter into the water? Because they need water for sexual reproduction. They will survive on land. For the sexual reproduction purpose, they will enter into the water. Their sperm are antherozoites, swim in water to fertilize eggs. Okay, these types of plant bryophytes, they enter into the water when? For sexual reproduction. When they enter into the water, they will release the sperm and the sperm will swim and attach to the egg. Bryophytes are more differentiated than algae and have ecological importance, such as providing food for animals. These bryophytes, what they will do? They provide food for animals. Okay, this is all about this bryophytes. What are these bryophytes? Amphibians of the plant kingdom are termed as what? Bryophytes. What they will do? They will stay both on land as well as in water. When they enters into the water, for sexual reproduction, they enters into the water and release the sperm, such that the sperm will swim and attach to the egg. Okay, and they also provide food for the what? Animals. Next. Current in the conductor is due to free electrons and holes, motion of free electrons in it, motion of positive ions, protons. As I said earlier, generally we have conductors, semiconductors and insulators. What does this conductors mean? Conductors means the compounds in which electricity pass. Okay, the products in which electricity pass, we say them as what? Conductors. Now what are insulators? In which electricity does not pass, we say it as insulators. So what it is saying, in conductors what happens? Electrons freely moves or electrons will move in a, come on, try to get the answer for this. Current in a conductor is due to, why the electricity passage is more in conductors? For example, water, human beings, we all are said to be conductors. Why electricity pass in conductors? What is the reason for that? Yes, very good, because motion of free electrons in it. Because the electrons will move freely in the conductors. Those which allow electricity to pass through them easily are called what? Conductors, and which do not pass electricity are termed as what? Insulators. Which acts both as conductor as well as insulator, we say them as what? Semiconductors. Okay, these semiconductors are used in electronics. They have electric charges, electrons, that are comparatively free to move inside the material. These conductors, electrons are freely moving in the material. If an electric field is created and is directed from the positive towards the negative charge, okay, the electrons as along they are moving will constitute an electric current. Metals, humans and animal bodies and earth are conductors. Okay, water, metals, human bodies, animals, we all said to be what? Conductors. We are good conductors of electricity. When comes to insulators, what are the bad conductors of electricity? Paper, wood, rubber, these are all the bad conductors of electricity. We say them as what? Insulators. Okay. Next. RRB Group D 2025 course is available on Chandan Logics app, and the classes will be held in both English language as well as Telugu language. Protium, deuterium and tritium are dash of hydrogen. Isobar, ideotype, ideotopes, isotope. Okay, protium, deuterium are what? Isotopes of, come on, try to give the answer for this question. Protium, deuterium and tritium are dash of hydrogen. Good evening Kavya, good evening. Try to get the answer for this question. Protium, deuterium and tritium are dash of hydrogen. Okay, if you know what is isotope, what is isotone, what is isobar, you can easily answer to this question. When comes to protium, what is protium? 1H. What is deuterium? 2H. And what is tritium? 3H. That means this protium has only one proton and this deuterium has one proton as well as one neutron. When it comes to tritium, it has one proton and two neutrons. Now what is happening here? Only the atomic number, it has same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, so what we say it as? Same atomic number and different mass number. What we say it as? Yes, very good, isotopes. Okay, the nuclei is divided into isotopes, isobars and isotones. If an element consists of same atomic number and different mass number, like it consists of same protons and different neutrons, we say it as what? Isotopes. What are isobars? If an element contains different mass number, okay, different atomic number and same mass number, we say it as what? Isobars. Then what are these isotones? If an element consists same number of neutrons, we say it as what? Isotones. Protium, deuterium and tritium are the isotopes of hydrogen. Isotopes are variation of an element which have the same number of protons but different mass number. Isotopes are say what was? Same atomic number but a different mass number. Okay, same atomic number but different mass number, we say it as what? Isotopes. Same same mass number and different atomic number, we say them as what? Isobars. These are the divisions of nuclei. Okay, generally nuclei is divided into isobars, isotones, isobars. Isotopes means same atomic number but different mass number. Isobars, same mass number and different atomic number. Isotones, number of neutrons are equal. A minus Z is equal to 0. Okay. Next. Which of the following laws can be explained as An object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to a change that state by an applied force. Second law of motion, first law of motion, third law of motion, first law of thermodynamics. I have discussed many times, many times. Okay, try to get the answer for this question. What it is saying is that an object will remain in a an object will remain in a rest position and an object will be remain in a motion unless until an external force is applied on them. This law is known as what? I have discussed it many times. Come on, everyone has to give me the answer. Mention in the comment section. What it is saying that an object which is at rest, it will be at rest only. An object which is in motion, it will be in motion only. Unless and until an external force is applied on them. The law states which law? Come on, everyone has to give me the answer. Yes. And till now, who didn't subscribe this Chandan Logics English YouTube channel? All of you subscribe to this channel. Come on, try to get the answer for this question. Mention in the comment section. What is the answer for this question? Yes, as I told before, and the answer, yes, very good, Deekshita. And the answer for this question is what? First law of motion. What this first law of motion said? An object will be remain at rest when it is at rest. An object will be remain in motion when it is in motion unless until an external force is applied on them. This is all about first law of Newton, Newton's first law. What does second law says? That force always depends on mass and acceleration. What third law says? For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, what is the answer for this question? Option number 2. Okay, option number 2. First law of motion can explain an object remains in a state of rest or an uniform motion in a straight line unless until an external force is applied on it. Okay. And it is also known as what? This Newton's first law is also known as what? Law of inertia. And Newton's third law is also known as what? Law of reaction. Remember, Newton's first law is also known as law of inertia and Newton's third law is also known as what? Law of reaction. Okay? Yes. Consider the following statement. Heat can change the temperature of an object. Heat can change the state of an object. Heat can increase the rate of chemical change. Which of the above statement are true? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3. What it is saying that it has given 3 statements and correct the statements. Okay, it has given 3 statements. The first statement is that heat can change the temperature of an object. Yes, heat can change the temperature of an object. For example, consider a ice piece. Okay, it is an object. Consider it is an object. If we heat it, what happens? What happens to it? Its temperature changes. And next comes what? Heat can change the state of an object also. Example, ice piece. At first, ice piece is in solid state. If we give heat to it, what happens? It changes into liquid state, and after repeated heating, what happens? The liquid state will convert into vapor. So, option statement 2 also right. So, what the statement 3 is saying? Heat can increase the rate of chemical change. Yes, heat can increase the rate of chemical change. So, option 1, 2, 3. 3 are correct. Heat can increase the rate of chemical change also. Okay. For example, take sodium chloride. You burn it. What happens? What happens? As the heat increases, its chemical change also increases. All 3 statements are correct. Heat can change the temperature of the object. Heat can increase or decrease on the temperature. Okay. If we keep a hot water, what happens? At first it is cool and after it obtaining heat, what happens? It becomes hot. So, depending on the temperature, heat can change. So, option 1, statement 1 is right. As well as the state also change. Option 2 is also, statement 2 is also right. So, option 1, 2, 3. 3 statements are right. Which of the following is not an effective outbreeding device for plants? Self-incompatibility of pollen and stigma, production of dioecious flower, unsynchronized pollen release and stigma receptivity, production of monoecious flowers. Come on, try to give me the answer for this question. Okay, outbreeding, inbreeding. Outbreeding means nothing but crossbreeding. That means one plant, one male plant will search for other female plant for reproduction. Okay, that is said to be outbreeding or crossbreeding. It is saying that in the given option, which of the following is not an effective outbreeding devices for plants? I will explain the answer and try to get the answer. So, option 2, what the option 2 is saying that production of dioecious flower. What is this production of dioecious flower? That means in this type of flowers, the male reproductive part will be in one flower and the female reproductive part will be in the another plant. Clear? What this dioecious flower means? The male reproductive product will be in one plant and the female reproductive part will be in the other plant. That means these two are different flowers. That means it is crossbreeding. Okay, they are two different, they are participating in reproduction. That means that is not what inbreeding, that is not inbreeding, it is outbreeding. They have asked in the given option what is not outbreeding. Outbreeding means what is not crossbreeding. So, option 2 is absolutely what? Crossbreeding. Next, self-incompatibility of pollen and stigma. Self-pollination. Self-pollination means same plant. So, that is not. Next, unsynchronized pollen release and stigma receptivity. Okay, unsynchronized pollen release and stigma receptivity. This is also not, this is also outbreeding. Okay, option 1, 2, 3, they are all outbreeding. When comes to option 4, this is what? Inbreeding. So, option 4 is right for this question. What does this option 4 says? That production of monoecious flower. What this monoecious flowers means? In this monoecious flower, male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ will present in the same flower. So, they don't need any other plant for reproduction. Their reproduction will be happening in the same flower only. So, they do not need any outbreeding or crossbreeding. They require only inbreeding. So, answer for this question is what? Production of monoecious flower. What is this monoecious flowers? They contain male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ in the same plant. Okay? Monoecious plants have both male and female reproductive organs on the same individual. Okay? For this purpose, they do not require any other plant for reproduction because the male and female consist in itself only. While this allows for self-pollination, it does not necessarily encourage outbreeding. Outbreeding is nothing but what? Crossbreeding. It can still lead to inbreeding if the plant self-pollinates, which is not effective outbreeding mechanism. When comes to what? Dioecious flowers. Dioecious flowers, they have separate male and female plants. The male plant will be separate and the female plant will be separate. When the separate plants come together for what? Reproduction, what we say it as crossbreeding. So, this is not the correct answer. Next, outbreeding devices typically aim to encourage cross-pollination to increase genetic diversity. What is cross-pollination? If the same type of plants have the same reproduction, what happened? The same will be produced. But what this crossbreeding will do? It will increase the diversity. It will increase the genetic diversity. Okay? Next. Nature of sound waves is longitudinal in which medium? Sound and liquid only, liquid and gaseous only, gaseous and solid only, solid, liquid and gaseous. I have told many times, okay, light waves require a medium to, light waves do not require a medium to transmit, whereas sound waves require a medium to transmit. So, according to that, try to get the answer for this question. Come on. The sound waves, okay, the sound waves have some particles na, and the waves is always parallel to the particles of the sound waves. Okay. So, try to get the answer for this question. Sound waves always requires a medium to transmit. So, what are those mediums? Solid, liquid and gaseous. Yes, very good. solid, liquid and gaseous. Sound waves always requires a medium to transmit, whereas light waves do not require any medium to transmit. Light waves can even pass in vacuum also. Sound is a vibration that propagates as an acoustic wave through a transmission medium such as gas, liquid or solid. Sound waves, in order to travel, the sound requires medium to transmit. The sound requires mediums to travel. It is nothing but it is a vibration. This vibration requires medium to transmit. Sound is transmitted through gases, solids, plasma and liquids as longitudinal waves are also called as compressive waves. Okay. Next. The elements of group 18 are called chalcogens, halogens, noble gases, alkali metals. Okay. Group 18 elements which are present in the P block are said to be what? Come on. Yes, everyone has to get the correct answer. Everyone mention the answer in the comment section. The element of group 18 are called as chalcogens, halogens, noble gases, alkali metals. Come on. The people who are in the live chat, they must answer the question mentioned in the comment section. The element of group 18 are called as what? Noble gases. That what are these chalcogens? Chalcogens are nothing but group 16. Okay, group 16 are known as what? Oxygen family. We say it as what? Oxygen family also. Like oxygen, sulfur and selenium comes under this group 16, chalcogens. When comes to halogens, halogens are nothing but forms of salts. They are forms of salts. We say them as what? Group 17. Next comes to noble gases. Noble gases means what? They are also termed as inert gases. They do not react with any other element in the periodic table. For that purpose, we say them as what? Noble gases. What does these noble gases? They are also known as inert gases. They do not react with any other element in the periodic table. So, we say them as what? Noble gases. What are these alkali metals? Alkali metals are nothing but group 1 metals. Okay. Halogens means sodium, potassium, calcium, lithium. These all comes under halogens. When comes to noble gases, krypton, neon, argon, helium, these all comes under what? Noble gases. When comes to alkali metals means what? Group 1 metals. Okay. Next. The outermost shell of group 18 elements is completely filled. That why these elements are inert in nature. They do not react with any other element in the periodic table. Okay. The noble gases are arranged according to the boiling point in the periodic table. What are these noble gases? Krypton, xenon, radon, argon, helium. This argon is used in where? Incandescent lamps to prevent hot tungsten filament from oxidizing, and this helium is used in breathing gas. Okay. Who enters into the deep sea divers? This helium is used as a breathing gas. These are some of the important points regarding this noble gases. Next. After a shower of rain, a rainbow is seen towards the sun, to the sun, irrespective of the position of the sun, even in the absence of the sun. Okay. When we observe after a rainfall, the rainbow will be appeared. What is the reason for the appearance of that rainbow? Come on, everyone has to get the answer. Please mention the answer in the comment section if you know or not. Whether you know the answer or not, mention it in the comment section. Yes, no Deekshita. After a shower of rain, a rainbow is seen towards the sun, to the sun or irrespective of the position of the sun, even in the absence of the sun. Can we find a rainbow even in the absence of sun? No. And the correct answer for this question is to the sun. If the sun is present here and the rainbow appears opposite to it, to the sun, okay, it will appear to the sun. What is the reason is that after the rainfall, the rain droplets which are in the air, they act as tiny prisms. They act as what? Tiny prisms. As you know that when the light is passed to a prism, what happens? That prism will exert many colors. In the similar way, what is happening after the rainfall? After the rainfall, the rain droplets which are present in the air, okay, when the sunlight is passed on them, what happens? This will exit, what emits? What? Rainbow. So, the rainbow after a shower, the rainbow will be always opposite to the sun, okay. The rainbow is formed opposite to the sun to receive the sunlight. What this rainbow consists of? Which violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, okay. And the sun rays will hit the droplets of rain which are present in the air, so that a rainbow is observed opposite to the sun. What is the common name of ethanoic acid? Citric acid, nitric acid, formic acid, acetic acid. Come on, try to get the answer for this question. Okay, what is the common name of ethanoic acid? When comes to citric acid mainly appears where? In citrus fruits. When come to nitric acid is a reddish acid. It is very harmful, it is very dangerous. When you consume a large amount of nitric acid, it will become a fatal. Next comes to formic acid. As we discussed in the earlier classes, formic acid is also known as what? Methanoic acid. It is present in the ant stings, okay. This formic acid is used for leather tanning, dyeing, etc. Okay. So, guess the answer. I have already told the 3 options explanation. So, guess the answer. Yes, very good. Acetic acid. This ethanoic acid is also known as what? Acetic acid. It is termed as CH3COOH. Okay. The dilute acetic acid, remember 5 to 6 times dilute acetic acid is termed as vinegar. Okay. 5 to 6 times 6%. If we dilute 5 to 6% of acetic acid, it converts to vinegar. So, what is the correct answer for this? Ethanoic acid is also termed as what? Acetic acid. If we dilute 5 to 6% of this acetic acid will transform into what? Vinegar. Acetic acid is the common name of ethanoic acid. What is that? CH3CHOOH. It belongs to a group called carboxylic group. What is the formula for this acetic acid? CH3COOH. When we dilute 5 to 8% of this acetic acid, it converts into what? Vinegar. Okay. Next, and the melting point of acetic acid is 290 Kelvin and it often freezes at room temperature only. Okay. When it is at room temperature, it becomes what? It freezes. At that time, when the acetic acid is freezes, at that time we say them as what? Glacial acetic acid. Okay. Next. Which one of the following will be resulted when an animal cell is surrounded by a medium with lower concentration of water? Will lose water, no change in movement of water, cell will gain water, cell will swell up. If you know what is osmosis, you can give the answer for this question. Okay. What is osmosis? Osmosis said that when a high concentration medium reacts with low concentration medium, what happens? The lower concentration medium will attract the higher concentration medium and what happens? It will lose the water. Okay. So, as per this explanation, guess the answer for this. Osmosis there that, okay, a medium with lower concentration will always attracts the medium with higher concentration. As a result, a large amount of water will be lost. This process is known as what? Osmosis. As per this explanation, try to give me the answer. Yes, very good. Okay. It will lose water according to osmosis. It is given that a cell, okay, a cell consists of lower concentration water medium. A cell consists of what? Animal cell is surrounded by a medium. This cell consists of higher. Okay, this cell consists of higher medium concentration and it is surrounded by a lower medium concentration. So, when a medium is surrounded by a lower medium concentration, what happens? The higher medium concentration will enters into the lower medium concentration, such that what happens here? The water will be lost. So, option 1 is right answer. We say the what process is this? Osmosis. When an animal cell is surrounded by a medium with lower concentration water, the cell will lose water. This happens because the concentration of water is higher inside the cell than in the surrounding medium, causing water to move out of the cell through osmosis. What does this osmosis process say? When the lower concentration medium is surrounded by a higher concentration medium, then this lower concentration medium will enters into that higher concentration medium, resulting the loss of water in the lower concentration medium. This process is what? Osmosis. Next. Nature of sound waves is longitudinal which medium? This is already repeated. Yes. Okay. RRB Group D related course is available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested to purchase this course, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. And in this app, in this course, unlimited access will be there, number of mock tests will be given, and you can write topic wise mock test as well as complete full length mock test also will be available in this course. Who has applied for RRB NTPC 2025? This complete course is also available on Chandan Logics app. CBT1 as well as CBT2 course is available, and the classes will be in both in English as well as Telugu language. RRB ALP 2025 special batch course is available on Chandan Logics app. CBT1 complete course. Okay. RRB ALP complete course, CBT1 as well as CBT2 complete course is available on Chandan Logics app, and the classes will be held both in English as well as Telugu languages. If anyone is interested, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. SSC CGL special batch course is available on Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be conducted both in English as well as Telugu languages. You can write full length mock tests as well as previous paper explanation will be also there, and you can even write topic wise explanation also. SSC exams related special course is available on Chandan Logics app. In this, all SSC exams related classes will be covered, and the classes will be conducted both in English as well as Telugu languages. Bank, SSC and RRB who are going to prepare for these three examinations, a combo course is also available on particular Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be conducted both in English as well as Telugu languages. Bank Mahapak who are just preparing only for banking exams, Bank Mahapak course is also available on Chandan Logics app. If anyone is interested, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen, and the classes will be explained both in English as well as Telugu language. Who are preparing for TGPSC and APPSC Group 2, okay, this course is also available on Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be explained in Telugu as well as English language. APPSC, TGPSC, SI Constable who are preparing for this type of exams, a course is also available in Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be conducted both in English as well as Telugu language, and unlimited access will be there, number of mock tests you can write, and you can even write full length mock test and topic wise mock test also. Previous year's explanations also will be available in this course. APPSC, TGPSC state government job related course also available on Chandan Logics app. These classes will be conducted both in Telugu language as well as English language. If any person is interested to purchase this course, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. UPSC CSAT who are going to prepare for this UPSC CSAT, a course is also available on Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be in both in English as well as Telugu language. Who thinks that maths is difficult to solve in exams, a 0 to hero course also available in Chandan Logics app, and these classes will be available both in Telugu language as well as English language. Single subject course related courses also available in Chandan Logics app, and the classes will be conducted both in English as well as Telugu language. That's all for today. It is the end of the session, and daily at sharp 10 o'clock I will be available on Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel for daily current affairs and for general science and general awareness. For every 3 days, please subscribe to this Chandan Logics English YouTube channel. Okay, bye students.